I can't grow muscle after 40 unless I use enhancement drugs. So why even bother lifting weights, right? Wrong. I want to talk to you about 10 mistakes, or at minimum, misunderstandings many men over 40 have about being all natural. In fact, it's not just men over 40. This could actually include anybody. The first error or mistake many all natural men make is they think they cannot burn fat and grow muscle being natural. Now, this may seem contradictory to the second error that I'm going to be giving you in just a moment, but it's actually not. It's really two totally different mindsets, and both happen to be wrong mindsets. But first, with this point, natural weightlifters believe it's impossible to be in a caloric surplus, add muscle, and still be able to trim fat as they need to. Yes, enhancement drugs do help to gain maximum amounts of muscle while keeping fat down, but natural lifters can also do the same to an extent. The problem that natural lifters have is they don't always properly track their calories, and they end up way too high in their calories. And the key is to find the sweet spot where you're meeting your daily caloric requirements and leaving just enough extra in the tank to promote muscle growth. To do this, you need to know your maintenance calories and then stay 200 to 300 above that each day. Then, when you want to trim the excess fat down for a lower body fat percentage, bring that caloric surplus down as needed to do that. The second error that all naturals make is this. They think they can eat whatever they want as long as they are lifting hard. Now, you absolutely do need to lift hard in the gym and always make each workout count. After all, there's no need to go to the gym, waste an hour in the gym doing half-hearted workouts. But lifting hard doesn't give you a license to eat anything you want just because you're all natural. Now, I realize there are some naturals out there that will argue they eat what they want and stay ripped. But I'm willing to bet most men over 40 will say losing fat becomes a big challenge after 40, regardless of how hard you lift. Professional bodybuilders like the Olympia competitors eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day and seem to never gain fat. But remember, they take enhancements to assist with this process. Naturals can't watch those guys and think that it's okay for us to do the same thing. It's not going to work. Yes, you have to live hard, but no, you can't just eat whatever you want and expect to only pack on muscle. You will gain fat. The third mistake naturals make is they think their workouts cannot be as intense as those taking the enhancements. This is false, and it's the wrong way to think about your workouts. It's very possible for you to absolutely destroy the weights in the gym. The problem with a natural trying to lift like someone on enhancements that has the ability to recover in a day after hitting it hard in the gym, naturals don't recover that way. So as you work out over time with good intensity, you may find it becomes more difficult to sustain that same intensity as you begin to feel the wear and tear on your body. However, you can still lift with intensity and you can still make good gains even after 40. But recovery time, amount of weight, and rep counts do come into play. The fourth error many naturals make is they say, why bother lifting with intensity because I can't really grow being a natural. Again, as you can see, naturals have many mindsets. Some go one direction, others go another direction. And all of these go back to the same issue, and that is because we're natural, we don't feel we have any advantages in the weight room. By the way, if these points are helping you, if my videos are helping you, be sure to like the video, and if you will, consider subscribing to the channel. Now again, this point sort of goes along with point 3. All I will say about this is, if your body is able and you feel pretty good with your workouts, go for broke. I may promote higher rep workouts, but I still lift a weight that gets me to technical failure at 12 to 15 reps. I just don't do the 3 rep with max weight like I used to. But to think that you cannot grow muscle after 40 as a natural is simply the wrong mindset to take into the gym. Set goals, make good workout plans, eat right, sleep right, work out hard, and I guarantee you, you will grow. Can you grow like those who take the enhancement drugs? Of course not. Of course not. There are limitations. But you can still grow substantial amounts of muscle. Enough muscle where people will start commenting on how good you look. And that's a great motivator that'll get you even putting on more muscle because you'll be working out even harder. The fifth mistake naturals make is after the age of 40, they look to enhancement drugs as a way to build up their physique, thinking they need every advantage to add muscle. Now, some may disagree with me on this, but I believe too many men are too quick to go on different enhancements rather than putting in the work necessary to overcome the muscle gaining obstacles they may face. There are side effects to taking enhancements, including TRT. Now, if this is a health concern or if this is being done for health reasons and your doctor is prescribing treatment, then by all means, you need to do what your doctor recommends. But for many, simply working out a little harder, stopping things like alcohol consumption, and eating and sleeping better would make the difference that's needed to promote new gains. But just as many do with weight loss, they look for a magic drug to take off the weight. So do many men when it comes to muscle gains. And one more thing, be sure you're exercising the large muscle groups like back and legs. This will help tremendously to increase HGH and testosterone production, which will lead to growing muscles. The sixth mistake naturals make is they don't believe protein intake is that important. It's actually extremely important to get your macros correct. If you don't know where your macros are or where they need to be, there are apps out there that can assist you in calculating this. It is so easy today to set your numbers and to set your goals in an app and to be able to track all of this. But in my opinion, protein is extremely important. And what I recommend is 0.8 grams to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Not only does protein support muscle maintenance and growth, but it can also serve as a great thermogenic because the body works harder to digest protein than it does other foods and therefore burns more calories in the process. You should also aim your protein intake around your workouts. Then spread your intake evenly over the course of the day and night. But whatever you do, be sure you are getting your protein from many different sources. And always try to get your protein from good sources like lean chicken breasts and other foods like that. The seventh mistake natural lifters make is they think being natural means walking around at 8% body fat. And this is a big deal. I just want you to know a lot of men lose their interest in fitness because of this mindset. Let me just say this. I'm a natural men's physique competitor. And when I'm not in the cutting phase of my training, I personally do not walk around at 8% body fat. I don't like the way I feel at 8% body fat. I don't like the way, honestly, I don't like the way I look at 8%. Now, I may look shredded in the mirror and that may be great, but when I'm walking around with a shirt on, people are saying, this guy works out, because the truth is, with your shirt off, you can tell you work out when you're at 8%, especially for the natural competitors. But with your shirt on, you don't really look like it. My reason for this, though, is different than others, because for me to hold on and even gain muscle in the off seasons, I need to stay in a caloric surplus. And for me to do that will mean that I will carry a little extra fat that I obviously won't carry when I'm in the competition phase of the year. But here's the thing. Many of you will never get on a stage, and that's okay. Most of you don't desire to get on a stage, and I get that. For years, I didn't either. And it's not because you can't get on a stage, because there's a lot of you out there that honestly could be competing in natural competitions. You're just not interested, and that's fine. But regardless of your goals, unless your goal is to get ripped for a summer on the beach or some other event that's going on where you're going to want to take your shirt off and impress people, there's no need to carry the extra pressure of walking around at 8% fat unless you want to. That's it. unless you want to. But being all natural does not mean you have to do this. And there's no need to go from natural to enhanced just because of this wrong way of thinking. The number 8 error naturals are making is they think cardio is for competitors only. Now, some of you have heard me say I'm not a big cardio guy, but I do walk a lot. I just don't necessarily consider walking to be cardio. That's just my personal opinion. I enjoy walking. I don't enjoy cardio. I don't even enjoy a treadmill, but I enjoy getting out somewhere on a trail or on some of these roads and just walking and getting out in nature and getting in that exercise. Some form of cardio does need to exist in your workout plan, whether or not you actually compete. If your goal is to look your best and to walk around looking somewhat lean and to show off those muscles, you do need to do your cardio. If you despise cardio, start walking. Just do like I do and walk. Build yourself up to 12,000 steps a day and then take it from there, see how you feel and see how it's going for you. And be sure to time your walks out so that you get the most benefit from them. I know there's different schools of thought on the best time to perform cardio, but I personally do my walks in the mornings before eating and a couple of hours, typically 2 to 3 hours, before I go and lift weights in the gym. However, you can schedule yours however you want to. Just remember, cardio is not just for competitors or enhanced lifters. It's for naturals too. And even if you're not lifting, cardio will extend your life and give you better heart health. So cardio is a good thing to be doing. The 9th error naturals make is they have the misconception that missing a few days in the gym will cause their muscles to dwindle away. So guess what they do? They overtrain. When you overtrain, you set yourself back. And it's that will lead you to muscle loss, not missing 3 days in the gym. Because you're a 50-year-old natural lifter that takes 2 days off from the gym does not mean you're going to lose your muscle, and it does not mean you should add enhancement drugs to your regimen. You can take time off and not feel guilty and not have to be on drugs, and you can still go back in the gym and perform well. In fact, studies have proven that naturals who take off for a few days and then go back into the gym were actually stronger when they returned to the gym. So don't make the mistake of thinking being all natural means you have to be lifting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week just to prevent muscle loss. It's just not true. And that leads me to the number 10 error naturals are making. And that is they think they must lift extremely heavy to grow muscle. When I say extremely heavy, I mean failure at 3 reps. If you do this and it works for you, great. You go for it. You do what works for you. But after 40, extremely heavy weight will most likely lead to big injuries. Those gains that you made doing those 3 rep maxes, at some point, they're going to be lost when you end up missing a lot of time in the gym due to injuries. You can be all natural, still lift with intensity to failure on some sets, and still grow good muscle. You do not have to be on enhancements and lift crazy heavy to get good results. It's always best as a natural to live smart and engage all the muscle groups with good form than it is to go for broke with every set and set yourself back for weeks or more. I hope these tips have been a help to you. It's time to go to work, so you go get fit, and until next time, take care.